Hey, Kiara, good morning. Good morning to you all. Good morning. Good morning. Certainly, we're going to talk about the Kash Patel meeting with... Oh, dang, I broke my headphones. Dang it. That moment when you find out you got to get new headphones. I'll get some new headphones today. But, yeah, that meeting with Congress that Kash Patel, the hearing that Congress had with Kash Patel, in which Kash Patel said that there is no evidence that Jeffrey Epstein was doing anything about moving young girls around. He says there's no evidence of that now. Ain't that something? So you know what my first thought was yesterday? Well, if there's no evidence of it, why don't they release the files? Right? If Epstein only moved stuff around amongst himself, right? Then why don't they just release all the Epstein files, right? Because then what are all the redactions, right? If it's only Epstein, what are the redactions, right? But yet we still don't have the files. Hold on, I left my notebook somewhere. Hold on. Because I wrote some other stuff down to talk with you all about. Hold on, let me get it. I wrote some stuff down on my notebook earlier when I was looking at stuff. But again, where are those files? If in fact, according to Kash Patel, right, that Jeffrey Epstein didn't move that stuff to anybody else, right? Didn't move those people around to anybody else, then why don't we still have the files yet? That's the part of all of it that doesn't make any sense to me. It makes absolutely, positively no sense. Hey, Lori, good morning. Good morning, Nessa. Let me stop for a second because y'all know I'll just go in. Good morning, Russ. Hey, Antoinette. Hey, Kiara. Say it again, Kiara. Jeffrey Epstein is dead. He wouldn't be mad if we released the files. So I still don't understand. Hey, Pumpkin. Hey, Lola. Hey, Lady Cat. User 229, good morning to you. Pico, T, Roxy, Melissa. I was just going back up to the top. So I wanted to make sure I say good morning to everybody. Good morning. Hey, Robbie, good morning. True, it starts at home. This is why I'm asking, why isn't Donald Trump sending the National Guard to Utah? Shouldn't Donald Trump send the National Guard to Utah? A guy from a 2-parent home took Charlie Kirk's life. It should be all hands on deck for conservatives to figure out what's going on in Utah. What are the parents in Utah, and Louisiana, teaching their children? How are they raising these kids if they grow up to do things like this? There must be something going on with conservative homes. Hey, you all. Good morning, Shavia. Good morning, Darius. And thank you so much, Kipster. I love and appreciate you too. But I'm asking that question, y'all. Why aren't they sending the National Guard to Utah? Why not? Shouldn't we know what's going on? Angel, I'm tired about racist narratives on black people, but you know what I figured out a long time ago? And my family taught me this. If black people weren't exceptional, then white supremacy wouldn't work so hard to fuck with us all the time. You understand? This is how you know your black ass is exceptional. Because who would work this hard to fuck with people they think are worthless? They can't be educated. They don't know nothing. Think about it, y'all. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't spend your time focused on oppressing people like that if you already feel like they're less than you anyway. No, what it is they're scared of people that no matter what they do, it's kind of like Howard. Howard wishes he was exceptional like me. So he comes in with that one follower account that I block and talks all this stuff because he can't be exceptional like me. Do you understand? It takes a certain amount of confidence and love of self to be exceptional like me. A guy like that can't be exceptional like me. So because he can't be exceptional, he'll oppress. You said conservatives are saying how they have Nick and Milo as their new. The interesting thing is a Nick Fuentes speaker was the one who got rid of Charlie Kirk. So it seems to me the civil war is inside of the conservative party. Don't you think, Southforth Greg? I think so. Yeah, the civil war is in the conservative party. It really is. They're fighting each other. Conservatives are fighting each other. Nick Fuentes supporters are upset at Charlie Kirk supporters and Charlie Kirk. Yep, right on right crime. That's what it is. When is America going to do something about white on white crime and the white violence in America? When is America going to do something about it? Milo's trash too. That's my thoughts on it. Milo's just as much trash as Nick Fuentes. That's my opinion on it. People who listen to Milo aren't very smart. Because if you're smart, you know that Milo is full of shit. This is why I say people who aren't very smart listen to that shit. Because you would have to be not very smart to buy into it. It's kind of like Johnny thinking he was going to come in here with 4 followers and pop that shit and stay. No, you won't. Well, Milo is a nobody. He's only somebody to other nobodies. Catch that part. Catch that part. He's only somebody to people who are nobodies too. Those are the only people that Milo is somebody to. See, y'all got to stop also giving these people a level of importance that they don't need. You understand? See, I know they're nobodies and they know that I know that they're nobodies. Y'all make them somebody by lifting them up. You said they won't confront it because, they won't confront it because it doesn't support the anti-immigrant rhetoric that they spew. But if they actually called out white on white violence, white people would be afraid to leave the house because they would be afraid of somebody that looks like them. Well, we can't have that, right? We got to have you feeling like everything's okay. You can be safe around us. When one of the least safe places in America is any place where white supremacists are. Because not only do they not protect people that don't look like them, they won't even protect people that look like them. Catch that part. They won't even protect people that look like them. See, that's the other side of it that all of you have got to remember. Yep, and there is a need to be afraid. You said your married last name is Gomez. Oh shit, dude. Uh-oh. Watch out. Because you know they're going to make a whole lot of assumptions, girl. You know that, honey. But there needs to be a study on white on white crime in America. There needs to be a study on that. There needs to be a study on it. You understand? There needs to be a study on it. White on white crime. How come they harm each other so much? You know what I mean? Well, I'm not surprised that HBCU got bomb threats over what happened to Charlie Kirk Robbie, because anything to avoid white supremacy looking at white people. You understand? Hey, Linz, nobody can see your comment, but if you're going to at least try to be upset, it's YOU''E, beloved. You've been blocked. Go read a book. Bye. They always come in talking shit. You're a racist. Not the way you're spelling it, I'm not. Not the way you wrote it, I'm not. Now, come on now. Books are fun. I personally have always loved reading. Always. But some of you act like you're allergic to books. What's that joke Chris Rock used to say? You want to hide money from you know who, put it in books. You want to hide money from anybody that's stupid. You want to hide money from a conservative? Put it in a book. Guaranteed they won't find it. Guaranteed they won't find it. Matter of fact, if you don't want people to find it, if you don't want conservatives to find something, put it in a Bible. Most of them have never read a Bible. Come on. They don't read Bibles. They wait for pastor to tell them what to think. Thank you, Bridget. Yeah, you put that money in a Bible, a conservative will never find it. Guaranteed it'll be safe. Fuck putting it in a bank. You don't need a bank. Put it in a Bible. Conservatives don't read it anyway. They make up shit. God is hateful, See, they have Republican Jesus. Remember I told y'all about Republican Jesus before. Republican Jesus hates anybody that's not white. Republican Jesus starves the hungry, feeds the rich, says fuck them kids, and says fuck your elderly mama and daddy too. That's what Republican Jesus says. Not me. Republican Jesus says that. And that's the Jesus that Republicans worship. The Jesus that hates people that don't look like them. The Jesus that hates you when you won't do what he want you to do. Their God don't give you free will. You got to do what man says do. See? That's why you can't be reading that pesky thing called Bible. Because it's going to remind you that you're doing the shit all wrong. See? I'm just trying to help y'all. Because conservatives have all these different sets of rules that they go by. All these different set of rules that they want to go by. And we got to call it out. I want to say thank you all for joining me this morning. Oh, I'm glad that you're liking my podcast. I appreciate that simply. I thank you so much for that. We have a new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast. It dropped from members of Patreon yesterday, but it's going to be out for everybody today. And it's the right on time episode. The episode is right on time in light of the stuff that's happened. The episode, hold on, I gotta do something. Okay. The episode is titled The Dangerous Business of Propaganda. And how people like Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, Milo, Nick Fuentes, how they get off on the business of spewing a lot of hatred and propaganda. And there's a huge risk involved in that. Charlie paid a huge price. He died doing what he loved. Stoking division, lying, and distributing propaganda. All the way to the end. He was a true patriot. And true to form, other patriots, fake-ass patriots like conservatives, Apple user, I'm not here to teach you, beloved. You want to go learn something, go learn it from somebody else. I don't give a shit. Y'all gonna learn. I don't care. If y'all feel like Charlie was teaching truth and he wasn't teaching hate, then why the fuck are you talking to me? Charlie was distributing common sense. Sister, did he teach you that you can't come in here and talk to me? Go make me a sandwich. Get the fuck out of here. Go have a baby. Bye. Didn't teach you that, huh? Didn't teach you that. Scott, I'm not misinformed on facts that conservatives don't use washcloths. That's that funny smell at those Trump rallies. It's called dirty skin. That's what that smell is. Now what? Y'all done? Y'all done? Now I want to stop for a second and say thank you all. Thank you, Donnell, for reminding me of that. If you could do me a favor, I only ask you to do a couple things while you're here. Tapping is clapping. If you could hit that like button for me and tap like for me, I appreciate that. It helps to boost the live. And if you could hit that copy link for me. You don't have to share it with anybody because copy link counts as a share. Okay? Oh, J.D. Vance is coming to Michigan? Of course he is. He's doing everything but working. Notice they're not trying to bring down the price of groceries. Now I want to ask y'all, did y'all see Kash Patel's hearing yesterday? That's not big enough. Did y'all see Kash Patel's hearing yesterday? In front of Congress? In which Kash Patel stood in front of Congress and said that there is no proof that Jeffrey Epstein did anything with those girls outside of for himself. Y'all see it how they saving. Not just, they'll do anything to save Donald Trump. But by proxy, they're also, remember I told y'all about that rich donor they're saving too? Hell, those of you conservatives who don't like Bill Clinton, hell, they're saving Bill Clinton in this shit. Prince Andrew, all these people that would have come out in this stuff are being insulated by Congress, by your government. Your government. The director of the FBI stood up there and told a bold-faced lie. Children are not protected in America. Children are another product, another commodity in America to be used by the rich. Yeah? Another commodity to be used by the rich. Oh, Adam, you reported me because you upset I'm talking about all this stuff. Listen, just in case, don't forget, if y'all want an unfiltered conversation, because I'm not really even saying all the shit I want to say. Click the link in my profile and come on over to Patreon. Okay? Come on over to Patreon. Because about 10:30 this morning, we're going to be on Patreon deep diving even more into that Patel, that bullshit ass hearing that Patel had yesterday with Congress. Yeah. Because I'm exposing again that the Republican Party does not protect children. The Republican Party does not protect communities. And it proves again, Ghislaine Maxwell lied and keeps lying. And the Trump administration knew she was lying and rewarded her with moving her from a minimum security prison to a low security prison and gave her work release stuff. Yeah. Guardians of the PDF files. That's who the Republican Party is. That's who the Republican voter is, too. Don't let the voters get away with the shit. They voted for these people. They like it, too. Obviously, they do. Obviously, they do. They like it, too. Conservatives don't protect children. Nope. Conservatives don't protect children. Ghislaine Maxwell was out recruiting them for not just Jeffrey Epstein, but whomever were on his client list. And dude, I had seen that statement. We were blocking that person as soon as we saw it. They just bots. Because remember, y'all, cancel culture is good now for Republicans. What they say? Cancel culture is good now. Remember how they told your ass last year? If you cancel people, you're fucking sensitive. Remember they told you that? You're not supposed to cancel nobody. You're not supposed to cancel. People got a right to their opinions. Fast forward to Charlie Kirk get left leaning left, right? Because he literally was put in a position that he was left leaning, right? All of a sudden, we're going to call your employers. You're going to get fired for saying such mean things. Why? Because I don't give a fuck about Charlie Kirk. Because I said fuck Charlie Kirk. I have the freedom and right to do that. I have the freedom and right to do that. They get so bothered so much because when y'all start matching conservative energy, they don't like conservative energy anymore. Match that shit. Be unapologetic with it. The double standards are crazy, but I'm telling y'all, don't listen to that shit. Plow through and do it anyway. This morning, I saw a post where somebody said Democrats need to start treating Trump the way Republicans treated Joe Biden. Do the same thing. Yeah, do the same thing. Hey, we need to be looking at Trump's mental health because he talked about some wild stuff. He said X amount of Americans were unalived from pharmaceuticals when we don't even have that many Americans in the country. We don't even have that many Americans in the country. Call it out. The president said that he was going to lower groceries day one. Every day I would harp on inflation and groceries. Every fucking day. If I was an elected official, I would go to a grocery store every day and do social media videos every day, acting horrified that I have to go to the grocery store every day. Every day I would do that. Every day I would go to the grocery store and show what the price of bread was every fucking day. Hey, you guys, look. Yesterday bread was $2.59 a loaf. Today it's $3.25. Thank you, Donald Trump. We love that you make us pay more and get less. Yeah. That's what Democrats need to do. And matter of fact, I might do a couple of those videos today myself. Do it today myself. I just love watching MAGA be so upset in here. They think with racist tropes, you're going to get me to be upset. Why would I be upset with you? You don't wash your neck. You don't floss. Why would I do that? Your uncle is like your cousin. What? You can't offend me, beloved. We're not the same people. When I take my earbuds off, there's not all that sticky stuff on the inside of it. We're not the same people. We're not the same people. Right. Trump don't care to nobody in a trailer. But that's what a lot of y'all need to start doing too. Start doing videos every time you go to the grocery store and record shit. Save your receipts. Show what you paid one week versus the next week when you bought the same thing. When you bought the same thing. And look, since they so upset and wonder why conservatives always have dirty ass necks. I did that as I was blocking somebody. Because I know they heard me and they gonna be so upset. These people are so easy to get to. Conservatives are very easy to trigger. Just so y'all know, they're very easy to trigger. It don't take much. Now, y'all see MAGA's upset with somebody else. Now they're upset with Dave Portnoy. Y'all know that, right? Now they're upset with him. Because he had an opinion, and God forbid, he had an opinion that doesn't align with MAGA. MAGA's crashing out. So, y'all know that... Hold on, let me... close that. I ain't asked for that. So y'all know that I said close. So the Barstool, Dave Portnoy, he is the founder of Barstool Sports, right? So he said the other day, he said that he believes that Donald Trump played a huge part in what happened to Charlie Kirk. And I'm going to talk about Donald Trump wanting Supreme Court to give him control of the economy. I'm going to talk about that too, Ashley. And now Portnoy, he gave money to Trump. He's a Trump backer. But he feels like social media has played a huge part. And Trump has played a huge part in that because he amplifies it. Come on, wake up. Conservatives have a violence problem. You don't know who Dave Portnoy is because if you don't do betting and stuff, you wouldn't know who he was anyway. I just know because I remember during the election, before the election, Dave Portnoy had a lot of shit to say. And I remember conservatives loved Dave Portnoy at the time. At the time, they loved his ass because he was falling in line and he was a Trumper. That's because Dave Portnoy wanted a tax cut. That's all. He just wanted a rich tax cut. He got his tax cut, but he didn't anticipate Trump fucking up the economy. That's what happened. So now think about it. When your money starts getting messed with, what's the first thing to go? Extra shit. Extra shit. That's what it means. That means gambling. Folks ain't got money for that. Folks don't have money for that. So now he upset. It's fucking with his money now. It's not that he caught an epiphany. It's that the money getting all messed up. Good morning, Dino. And so because the money is all messed up, that's why he's saying anything. This is my Patel impersonation. Isn't that Cash Patel? He always looks like somebody about to catch him in a fucking lie. Always. He's always like, I'm like, bruh, whatever you're doing before you get to work, stop doing it. Quiet as kept. My Cash Patel impersonation isn't that much different than my Mitch McConnell impersonation. It's just a different type of facial expression. Like, this is my Mitch McConnell impersonation. Okay, here we go. It takes a moment. I gotta focus. Okay. That was my Mitch McConnell. Yep. That was my Mitch McConnell. You see the difference? You see the difference? That was my Mitch McConnell. Say. Yeah. That was my Mitch. Y'all remember that shit when Mitch got up there and glitched at the podium? They should have pushed his ass out of Washington then. Because talk about weekend at fucking Bernie's. Mitch McConnell is the definition of weekend at Bernie's. Think about it. The definition of weekend at Bernie's. He glitched again recently. Damn. I'm being like those young kids. You know how those young kids be on TikTok, on the internet, doing that glitch dance, you know, when they be doing like this? That's me with Mitch McConnell. I'm like this. Look. See, that was a glitch. That was glitching in my McConnell. Because I'm like, I don't understand why this man is still working on Capitol Hill and he can't keep it all together. They literally have to cart him out there and shit. After a while, they gonna bring him out there on one of those little carts, you know, those little freight carts. Roll him on out there. Let him say what he got to say. Pick him up and roll him on back out. I'm like, the fuck? Say it again. Glitchy Mitchy. Glitchy Mitchy. Now, I just read something else that should have that has me like, this how you know shit is bad. Publishers Clearinghouse has filed for bankruptcy. And that means that any forever winners will no longer get paid. So anybody who thought that they were going to get checks until the day they die, ain't that some shit, Lady B? Anybody who thought they were going to get checks until the day they die, gotta be quicker than that. No, you're not. No, you're not. And I remember growing up as a kid, man, you wanted to win a Publishers Clearinghouse. Do you understand? But now even Publishers Clearinghouse is like, we ain't got the money. That's crazy. That's crazy. I would say I'm surprised, but nothing surprises me. Because I wonder, those people who were getting this money, they probably never thought that Publishers Clearinghouse would run out of money, right? That's what they probably thought. They thought wrong. They thought wrong. Publishers Clearinghouse ain't got it, beloved. They ain't got it, beloved. No, I don't need that. Yup. They say they talking about this guy named Willie, 61, out of Bellingham, Washington, had been promised $5,000 a week for life. Now he's looking for a new job, but he's not hopeful. He hasn't worked in more than 10 years because he's currently living on the proceeds of sales of some of his prized possessions, like a jet ski and a trailer. He used to get an annual check of $260,000, but that check didn't show up this January. He didn't get it this year. And so because he didn't get it this year, and they didn't give him a heads up. Nope, he didn't save no money, E-Rich. Obviously, he didn't save nothing. He didn't save nothing because he thought he was going to get $260,000 every year for the rest of his life from Publishers Clearinghouse. But he didn't. Nope, he didn't invest it. Isn't it the funniest shit, E-Rich? That's America, man. That is America. That is America. He thought that shit was guaranteed. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I'm like, damn, bro, you didn't even save nothing. He didn't save nothing. Good morning, user 934. Me too. But yeah, and he's mad because nobody told him. Wow. I'm going to do a video on this today. I'm going to do let me take my sweatshirt off. It's getting warm in here. I'm going to do a video on this today because I didn't even know that Publishers Clearinghouse went broke. Did any of you guys know that? Because I didn't know that. Had no idea that the prize patrol was no more. Yeah, it went from having a annual revenue of $854 million in 2017 to drop to $184 million by the time it hit 2023. And they filed for bankruptcy in April. And they say they have liabilities between $50 and $100 million. Yeah, I thought it was a scam too because I never knew anybody who won it. But there were people who would win it and who were still getting money. Up until April. Once April hit and they filed the bankruptcy, they stopped all payments. They stopped all payments once they filed for bankruptcy. Wow. And they have reported liabilities anywhere between 50 million and 100 million in promised prizes. Those people are never going to get that money. They're going to have to go to work. If they didn't invest that money that they were getting, they're fucked. Yeah, they're going to have to sell the prize patrol brand marquee, but they ain't going to get no money for that shit. They ain't going to get no money for that. Anybody that buy it going to be like, listen, you want me to buy this van, you're going to have to take all that prize shit off of here. Like, you're going to have to do something because I can't buy it like that. I don't want people chasing me for money you owe them. Like, you're going to have to take all that shit off of there. Then I think about buying it. And apparently its filing list includes 10 prize winners amongst the 20 largest unsecured creditors. Whoa, and it's estimated that the total current value of its promised prizes are at $26 million. Wow, so they're arguing with the court saying, we ain't got it. We ain't got it. Whoa. So all of those people that won with Publishers Clearinghouse, if they didn't save and invest that money, they're screwed. They're screwed because they're not getting any more money. Whoa. Wow. Here's another one. Matthew and Tamar Vitach. They are disabled veterans. They won the same $5,000 a week prize in 2001. And they have their military pensions to pay their bills going forward, but they ain't getting this money no more. And now they mad. They say you changed people's lives and now you messed it up. My thing is this. You have a military pension and you were getting $5,000 a week. At least since 2001. You didn't invest none of that money. They didn't invest none of that money. So I don't feel no sorrow for them. I don't feel no sorrow. Yeah, they were just blowing the shit. They were just blowing it. Because they didn't have to work. They didn't have, and I'm going to tell you something. Not only were they blowing the money, they were blowing the money, and I bet you they were talking shit about working class people while they were doing it. I can't stand people who always got their hand out, and this, that, and the other. Now they punk ass got to get back in that job pool. Ain't had a job in eons. Yep, they should have lived within their means. Because even if they weren't going to get no more money, if they lived within their means, they would still have plenty of money to survive without that $5,000 a week. You feel me? Say it again, JW, and they probably voted for Trump. And now they ain't got no social safety net. Fuck those people. Oh, I'm certainly going to do a video on that today. I ran into that shit on pure accident. I happened to be going in, looking at something, and happened to see that, and was like, oh, really? That's what we doing? Oh, okay. Yep, you know they were living in a mansion. You know they were living the high life. Wow. Now, I'm going to get back to Trump, because then we're going to get into Trump wanting to sue. He has sued, and he's asking the Supreme Court to give him total control of the economy. I'm going to get to that in a second, but I want to talk about another Trump lawsuit. Trump is suing the New York Times. He is suing the New York Times for questioning his success. This is the type of government y'all got. They don't want you to question nothing. They just want you to put your head down, fall in line, be obedient. Be obedient. So he's suing them, and 4 of its reporters, he says they defamed him ahead of the 2024 election. He claimed that a series of articles sought to undermine his candidacy and disparage his reputation as a successful businessman. A guy that's filed 6 bankruptcies. Successful businessman. Oh, and I just thought about another video I gotta do today. That Dame Dash interview with Breakfast Club. I saw that shit yesterday and was like, bruh. And you could tell Dame Dash voted for Donald Trump. You could tell. Dame Dash voted for Donald Trump. He voted for Donald Trump. Yeah, I gotta talk about that this morning. I gotta talk about that in the video. Because I'm like, yeah, he's suing the New York Times. You heard that mess, Markey? We're going to talk about some of that on Patreon this morning, too. Because I was like, bruh. Now I see why Jay-Z stopped working with Dame Dash. Now I see why. Jay would not be a billionaire if he kept doing business with Dame Dash. Dame Dash got a small mind and a small mindset thinking. But he thinks it's boss level thinking. And he's a fucking narcissist. And he's a fucking narcissist. That's a fact. Now, with Trump, with this lawsuit with the New York Times, with the New York Times, it's going to be interesting because, again, he's making it seem like can't nobody have an opinion. He's filed for bankruptcy 6 times. You say you saw a Barbara Walters interview with Trump back in the day and she called his broke ass out. He got money now. That's the other thing I'll tell you. If for nothing else, watch that Breakfast Club interview. And y'all know I really don't do a whole lot of promotion on Breakfast Club. But watch that Breakfast Club interview with Dame Dash, because the amount of times that Charlemagne the God calls Dame Dash broke and triggers that man. And when Dame Dash turns around to Charlemagne and says, I bet you my house is bigger than yours. I bet you all my houses are bigger than your house. And Charlemagne was like, how old are we, bruh? Like, you still in school? Like, what are we doing here? That shit was crazy. Go watch that fucking interview. That's the way Dame Dash acted is how most conservatives act. Yeah, Dame Dash is a poser, and he's very insecure. And they had the audacity to compare one of these new artists he's working with Aaliyah, and to use the excuse, well, I knew her more intimately than y'all did. And you know what it told me? I'm going to tell you what it told me. It told me that Aaliyah, and I'm not trying to disparage her legacy or none of that. She was around a lot of predators. Think about it. She first was around R. Kelly, and then she go from R. Kelly to fucking Dame Dash. She was around a lot of predators. Around a lot of men with funky ass, toxic ass, motherfucking mentalities. She was. Timberland, another one of them. She was. When you look at those people now, you go, it's no reason for me to think that when they were younger, they had more sense than they got now, right? It's just no way. Say it again. Nobody protected her. Everybody was focused on making fucking money. Because when I look at what I see now, everybody was focused on making money. We'll make a note about that. Yeah, nobody protected Aaliyah. Because when I saw that interview yesterday, I'm like, Nick, you dated her? Yeah, you're toxic as fuck, bruh. You're toxic as fuck, bruh. You're toxic. You're toxic. And that's why Dame Dash can't keep a woman. Because he's toxic. When women get tired of his ass and his bullshit, or when they use him enough to get what they need from him, hey, Rachel Roy, they move on. Because I never forgot when Rachel Roy used to be married to Dame Dash. Remember? Rachel Roy got what she needed and she got the fuck out of there. She got the fuck out of there. She said, oh no. Oh no. Okay. Did y'all see they asked him about... Okay, we're going to talk about that in the Patreon. Because I was about to get sidetracked. Because y'all, we're going to talk about that this morning. Like, I already got it in my notebook. Because I was like, that's what we doing? Okay. All right. Yeah, oh, I know. Stacey been gone. But Stacey wants to be white adjacent. And why she looking like DW right now? Why she got a haircut like DW from Arthur? Like, what we doing? Y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Why does she have a haircut like she's DW from Arthur? Because when I saw her in the video, I was like, so we on some DW shit now? Because quiet as kept, it's just an old school mushroom that's a little longer in the front. I mean, a little longer in the back. That's all. It's just an old school mushroom haircut. Yeah, I know Stacey Dash is his cousin. Stacey Dash is always trying to get ahead on her body and her looks, too. She married men for money. Because she certainly can't get ahead on her fucking acting. Let's just keep it all the way above. Stacey Dash was never a great actress. She was just very pretty. Let's be honest. Stacey was never a great actress. Never. Stacey Dash always sounded like she was reading her fucking lines off a cue card. Always. It just so happens she got in some really good movies. She got fucking lucky. She got lucky to be in Clueless. You understand? That was pretty privileged. And Quiet as Kept, that character in Clueless wasn't too far off on her. You understand? Wasn't too far off. You feel me? Wasn't too far off. So she got lucky. Alicia Silverstone actually carried that fucking movie. That's it. Mo Money, Damon Wayans, Marlon Wayans really carried that movie. Stacey Dash didn't do any exceptional acting in that movie. She was just pretty. That's it. Stacey Dash is a horrible fucking actress. No disrespect. I'm going to tell you something. I file her in the same pocket that I put Kenya Moore. No disrespect to Kenya Moore. I like her as an individual. I just think Kenya Moore is a horrible actress. Kenya Moore cannot act. She cannot act. She cannot act. She cannot act. I'm sorry. Every time Kenya Moore starts acting, it sounds like she's reading cards. Oh my God, what did you do to me? I'm going to call the law. Like, what? Wait a minute. I thought we were watching a movie here. I don't feel like this. I don't feel like I've escaped to anything. There's no escape here. Sally Richardson is actually a good actress. She is. You got to look at some of her. I don't look at her newer stuff, but her older stuff from back in the day. She's a good actress. She's not a great actress, but she's a good actress. But I'm telling you, Kenya Moore cannot act. Stacey Dash cannot act. They're just pretty. They're literally just pretty. Yep, she was great in Posse. Sally Richardson was great in Posse. She was great. I liked her in Low Down Dirty Shame. Yeah, she's a good director. I agree with that. I would rather have her directing than acting. I think her husband's a better actor than she is. Her husband is. But Stacey Dash can't fucking act. That's why she got to stay keeping her name in the media for all this other shit. Because she really ain't got no skills. No disrespect. She just pretty. She just pretty. She's just pretty. Okay, so I want us to talk about this other thing. But before we get to that, hold on. I'm going to play. Now, I want to play I just want to play an excerpt from that hearing that Kash Patel had, where he said, there is no credible evidence that Jeffrey Epstein did anything for anybody but himself. So all of a sudden, all that shit that Kash Patel was saying before Trump got back in doesn't matter anymore. I remember when Stacey Dash was on Fox News. That's when Fox News figured out Stacey Dash is just a pretty face. Like, we can't have her here because she's even too dumb to hold on in our conversations. If she's too dumb to hang in our conversations, she can't be here. We need somebody who can toe the line and push propaganda. If they can't do it, they can't do it. Did the Brits really give Trump a proper welcome? Trump just over there on his knees for the royals. The royals are there, but the royals don't have any power over anything. They're just symbolic. So if Trump wants to be a king, sure, he can be a king as long as he has no power over nobody. And we ain't got to pay for his shit. Why did they take away Fergie's husband's religious position if he wasn't involved with Epstein? Good question. Now, listen to what Kash Patel said yesterday. Listen to this.
You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we...
See, just straight lying. Straight lying. Remember, somebody like Kash Patel said before the election, absolutely it happened. These people are gaslighting you. They're gaslighting you. They lied to you with the Pizzagate shit, where they sucked people into Pizzagate, had them believing in something that wasn't even real. The shit that's real, they tell them, don't believe it, but now don't believe it. Because the guy that we like is in the files. The guy that we like participated in it. Wake up. Wake up. Don't let them distract you and make you forget about these Epstein files. Don't let it distract you. Donald Trump's in the Epstein files, and I also want to say one more time, fuck Charlie Kirk. I don't care. Conservatives, if you're listening, fuck Charlie Kirk. Yep. Just don't lose sight of the fact that Trump is in those Epstein files. And until we get the information that we need, we shouldn't stop talking about it. That's the bottom line. You shouldn't stop talking about it. Now, another thing I wanted to mention to you all is that Donald Trump has gone to the Supreme Court. He's asking the Supreme Court to give him total control over the U.S. economy. Total control. A man who's already filed bankruptcy 6 times. A man who came back in the second time and has fucked up the economy already. He wants total control because he can't force the feds to do what he wants to do. Now, we do know in the past the Supreme Court has blocked the ability for the Biden administration to do certain things because they say, what was the case? The case was Biden versus Nebraska. They said the power of the purse? No. Now I want to see what happens now that Trump's cases are in front of the Supreme Court. How they're going to try to pivot to give Trump the power they would not let Joe Biden have. Watch. And Ashley, for real, we already in a recession. See, the rich and powerful want to say that we're not. They already want to say we're not in a recession. We're in a recession, y'all. You know what your wallet look like. You know what it looks like when you go to the grocery store after you pay bills. You know what your car insurance bill look like. You know what your electricity bill looks like. You know all of that shit is extremely expensive. You know you're not making more money to pay for it. Yeah, we're in a fucking recession. They're just trying to gaslight us into believing that we're not. I don't know about y'all, but I don't let rich people tell me no more what the economy is. No. That's not dictated by you. That's dictated by me and my wallet and my fucking bank account. That's where it's dictated by. It's not dictated by what the big guys say with all the money. Fuck them. I don't care what they think nor what they say. I care about what affects me and my family directly. Yep. And I know when I go to the store, it's disrespectful in there. I know that. I know I've seen some things where I'm like, what? Oh, I was in the store today. Because I stopped at the store this morning when I was out. I was looking at sodas. I had walked by sodas. 1 2-liter soda, $2.85 for a 2-liter soda. 2-liter sodas were $1.25 in January. Now they're $2 and some change. Oh, that was for RC Cola, Nessa Bessa. I just walked by the aisle. So I didn't stop to stay there, but I know Pepsi and Coke are more expensive. Look at that. Clorox bleach, $7. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. This is why the president doesn't need any more power. Then y'all can't even see that. I forgot to cut it. I'll have it for later on today so y'all can see that. Because I saw something else yesterday talking about our power. I mean, the farmers again. Talking about farmers again. And soybeans. How last year we had like over I think it was $250 billion in soybean sales. This year we have zero. I mean, from China. This year, zero in soybean sales from China. Zero. Okay? Zero. Oh, no, you know it's bad. When the price of Arizona iced tea changes, you know everything's done. Because those people have swore by not raising the price. If Costco raises the price of a hot dog and soda, you know there's some shit wrong. Because they have vowed not to raise the price. You understand? Yep, and Dollar General has gone up in their base price. Yeah, eye drops are ridiculous. Yeah, somebody said they saw eye drops for $10. That's another thing that has gone up. Yep, everything ain't about Epstein. Some of it's about us being poor because Trump made us poor. I love the ones that come in and think, you're not going to come in and tell me what to talk about on my live. I've done blocked every account you came in and you keep coming in on accounts. We just keep blocking them. Thank you. But folks, I don't know about y'all, but it's expensive out here. I gotta go grocery shopping today. I have to. I don't have a choice. I need more bread. We need more eggs. We need more milk. And we try to avoid the grocery store like the plague, man. I hate going to the grocery store now. I hate it. I used to love going grocery shopping. I hate that shit now. I hate it. Because it does nothing but create anxiety. Hey, Amor, it does nothing but create anxiety now to go to the fucking grocery store. It's not fun. It's not fun to do meal planning anymore. Meal planning is based upon literally how much ingredients cost. Not how much time I want to spend cooking. Oh, no. That's not the thing anymore. The thing is, how much does it cost and how long can I stretch these meals out? If we're not going to eat all of this, I'm not going to cook all of this. Last night, I didn't cook dinner because I didn't want to throw out all that meat, only for some of it to go in the trash if we don't eat it all. Meat costs too much for that. So you know what I had for dinner last night? I ate an egg sandwich. I cooked an egg sandwich, a fried egg sandwich. And I still felt a little hungry, but I still was like, I'm not pulling out a whole bunch of meat. So you know what I did? I took 2 more pieces of bread, I toasted them, and put some mayo on it and ate that. Literally. You said the largest egg producer in the country posted first and second quarter largest income ever. Oh, absolutely. Because y'all got to understand, once the prices go up, they're never going to come down that much because they know that you're going to pay. They know you're going to pay. I'm the same way too, Young Zell. I have cut back on meat too. Because I'm sorry, I'm just not beat for paying all of that. Yeah, and egg sandwiches ain't cheap no more. That's why when I was still hungry, I didn't make another egg sandwich. That's why literally all I did was toast 2 pieces of bread and put some mayo on it. That was it. That's all I did. I could have had noodles, some beans. I didn't want all of that. Because I just needed a little something extra to make me feel like I was all right. You know? Man, I used to love tomato sandwiches growing up. Listen, don't sleep on a tomato sandwich. Put some salt and pepper on that thing. With some mayo. Shit. I don't know what you talking about. I grew up eating that. I grew up eating it. I certainly grew up eating it. But things are so tough for the price of mayo is ridiculous. And just know, if it gets too high, make your own fucking mayo. Make your own mayo if it gets too high. Y'all understand? Make your own mayo if it gets too high. Make your own. That's what I would do. Thank you so much, Sandra. Honestly, running for the White House is not where the change is going to happen. Unfortunately, the change has to happen in Congress. Yeah. That's what I think at these days. Yep, make your own yogurt. Cardi B is pregnant. She really is. Cardi B been like, everybody been watching my uterus. Stay out of my vagina. She like, leave me alone. I can do whatever I want to do with my body. Oh, so she is expecting a boyfriend. Why? I mean, I said a boyfriend. I thought her and that boy broke up, because the internet was so abuzz. The brokies on the internet wanted Stephon Diggs to be done with Cardi so bad. And I agree, Billy, there needs to be term limits for Congress, but you can't get term limits. Oh, she says she's not pregnant. Because the media is saying that she is. They're saying she's pregnant with baby number 4. I don't think she's pregnant either. But they say she is. They say she told that to Gayle King. Yep, says she's due. I've been putting in all this work, but I'm doing all this work while I'm creating a baby. So, hey. And I do agree with term limits for the Supreme Court, too. JN, I don't want to say your name wrong, but I agree that life is no longer affordable. Nothing's affordable anymore. Nothing's affordable anymore. Nothing. And if you want to change it, you say, what do I think about those text messages? Which text messages? Which ones? I need to know what you're talking about. It's so much stuff happening. I don't catch everything. You said the top 10% is keeping the stock market up. Yeah, they try to make it seem like the stock market is an indication of the economy. And to that, I say no. You know who is an indication of the economy? Us. You and me. And how we spend our money. I keep telling y'all, we're the job creators. Rich people try to lie. We create the jobs. No, we create the jobs. Now, I'm going ahead and wrapping up because I'm about to broadcast live on Patreon. We're going to talk over there. Listen, because over on Patreon, we can have honest, transparent discussions and not have to do the pew pew and all this other little shit because of the community guidelines, right? Y'all know I love you. I will be back online today, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TikTok. I'll be back online this afternoon because the day is Wednesday. So for us to talk about a couple things. But listen, the link is in my bio. Come on over to Patreon so you can be a part of the unfiltered discussion, okay? Also wanted to remind you guys, I put up the poll yesterday to vote for the movie of the month for September so we can make a decision and so we can make a decision and go ahead and watch the movie and decide when we're going to talk about it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 options for movies. Go on and check it out. Patreon. The link is in my bio. In my profile. I'm sorry. It's both. You can chat in there. You can react in there. All of that. It just allows, it just means we don't have to censor what we talk about in there. You don't have to worry about getting flagged on something from TikTok. It's an easier environment. And it's also no trolls. So check it out. I appreciate you guys so much. We got 87,000 likes this morning. I appreciate that. We got 170 shares. Listen, don't forget to stay on your elected officials and watch Congress, y'all. Okay? Don't forget, because remember I told you they met yesterday, they met Monday at 4 p.m. to talk about lowering the age to prosecute adolescents as adults. They want to lower it to 14 in D.C. If they can get away with it in D.C., that is the blueprint for doing it in states across America. You better wake up. They've lost their immigrant labor, so they're going to use your children to get it back. Wake up, okay? Before I wrap up, I want to say thank you all. I love you all. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters because I do this every live. Number 1, beautiful Stacy D. Thank you, beautiful. Number 2, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you, handsome. Number 3, handsome Marky. Thank you, handsome. Number 4, Miss Beautiful Miss Lola. Thank you, beautiful. Number 5, beautiful Lori. Thank you, Lori. And a special shout out to beautiful number 6, Dude. Thank you, beautiful. I want to thank all my moderators. Thank you for helping me out this morning. We were able to keep the trolls to a minimum because you know they mad. They be triggered. I got some more imaging. I just didn't put it up yet today. But I love you guys. I will see you this afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want to tell you how I always tell you. Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't feed no trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, everybody. Have a great and beautiful day. I love you. Bye-bye.